house is empty. It has been empty for years. It's empty. I know it is. You only have to look at the garden and the dirt-stained windows to see that. Some of the tiles have fallen from the roof, and the blackened gaps look for all the world like missing teeth. I pass the place every morning on my way to work, then on the way home again in the evening. I know it for a fact. The place is as empty as a hidden cave up in the mountains. So tell me, how come every time I go past that house, I see a face staring at me from the upstairs window? The first couple of times I saw it, I was, quite frankly, terrified. I'd catch a glimpse of that dim white shape, and I was gone, out of there, racing away down the lane like an Olympic sprinter. But then I thought, this is stupid. It's in there. I'm out here. It can't hurt me, whatever it might be. So the next time I went past the house, I stopped and stared up at the window. It was a face, all right. A woman, grey and aged, with a crown of snow-white hair. She watched me and I watched her right back. She didn't move, just kept following me with her eyes, even after I'd walked on down the lane, towards the seafront, towards the comfort and security of my office. Almost before I knew it, this had become something of a ritual. I'd stop, we'd stare at each other, and then I'd walk on. I didn't know who she was or what she was doing there because, like I say, the place has been empty for years. Then yesterday, instead of just staring, the woman beckoned me to come in. It wasn't much, just a quick jerky movement with her hand. I felt the old familiar panic in my belly, shook my head and quickly walked on. It was only later, sitting at my desk, trying to make sense of a column of figures and accounts and sipping my first coffee of the morning, that I managed to regain some measure of calm. I thought about the woman. Clearly she wanted to talk to me, needed to see me face to face. She might be ill. She might need help. She might just need to talk. I began to realize that my curiosity was greater than my fear. And all day that curiosity grew. And now today, this very morning, I feel as if I have to respond. Today, if she asks me to come in once again, I'm going to do it. I've got time to spare, and the need to find out what's going on is like an urge or a craving inside of me. So now I stand in front of the house, and as usual, there she is. Today, she doesn't just stare or gesture. Today, she points at me deliberately before she nods her head and beckons me in. I nod back and push open the gate. The garden is overgrown, thick with weeds and long grass that comes reaching like fingers up to my waist. I walk to the front door, and it creaks open at my touch. Slowly, carefully, I step inside. There's no movement, no sound, and now I am beginning to feel a little scared. But I push on, up the stairs. They groan like the winter foghorns out in the channel as I climb slowly to the top. I can feel the fear in my stomach, in my throat, like bile, like sick, but I have to go on. It's as if some strange and unreal force is pushing me on. I am powerless to do anything but keep climbing the stairs. Soon I am standing outside her door, the door to the room where I know she is waiting. Warily, I push it open, and she is standing there, staring at me from across the room. The place is empty. There's no furniture, no possessions, just dust that lies like snow across the floor. And her, of course, waiting there, watching me. Suddenly, she speaks. "Your turn," she says. Her voice is thin, reedy and squeaky, like a hinge that hasn't been used in a long, long time. "I'm sorry," I say, not understanding. "I don't know what you mean." She smiles at me, but I can see there is little warmth in the expression. I can sense the menace in her, and suddenly I am once more afraid. This woman does not want comfort or help. She wants something much more important than that. 50 years I've been waiting for someone to come. 50 years. Now you're here at last. Now it's your turn to wait. As her words echo around the empty room, I feel my head beginning to fill with cotton wool clouds. A great weight seems to be pressing down onto my shoulders. I try to turn to run to get away from this weird and awful woman, but I can't move. It's as if someone has pinned my feet to the floor. "Your turn," she says again. And as I watch, horrified, her face begins to change. The spiderweb lines around her eyes smooth out and fade. Her hair thickens and turns to blonde. My heart is pounding as I stare. I try to close my eyes to shut out the terrifying change that is taking place in front of me. But some strange force is keeping them wide open. And soon the woman is young again. Now she crosses the floor, and for the first time she touches me. She reaches out and lays her hand on my arm. Her fingers are cold as ice. She says nothing, and without a second glance, she eases out through the doorway. And suddenly, the cloud in my head lifts, and I can move once more. I dart to the window, and there she is, walking elegantly and easily down the path. She turns and waves once. Then she is gone, down the lane, towards the seafront, down the route I take every day to work. I know I cannot leave this room, and the terror in my belly is a haunting hollow that grows and threatens to consume me. I think of my family and my friends, and the hurt inside is already real. I cannot leave this room. Not until someone comes to free me in the same way that I freed her. It may take a year. It may take 50. But one day, I will be free again. I have to believe that. And that was the story, Your Turn, from Something Wicked This Way Comes. I hope you've enjoyed Halloween stories this evening and enjoy the rest of your evening at home. So all I need to say to you now is, Happy Halloween.